So I don't know about you, but I always feel like the high holidays sneak up on me. It's summer, we're running around, doing whatever you do in the summer. And next thing you know, you see signs up, buy your high holiday tickets today. It's like, whoa, what happened? What happened? I'm always a little surprised. But yes, the high holidays are coming, otherwise known as Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, those are the big ones, and then followed by Sukkot and Simchat Torah. So the month before the holidays is called Elul. And this is the month we're supposed to kind of prep for Rosh Hashanah. So the idea is that you think a little bit about the coming year, where the Jewish religion doesn't have the New Year as a big party. You do a lot of eating, but it's not like a party, We think a little bit ahead and we say, how do we improve ourselves for the coming year? We don't want to be the same people we were last year. Because even if you had a great year, you still want to improve on yourself. There's always something to work on, to fix, to say, hey, I could do better. At least I can. There's always to improve here. But the point is, how do we go about doing this? It's hard. It's hard and it's overwhelming. I always find the overwhelming part, especially, oh my gosh, there's so much to fix and there's so much to make better in myself personally. Where do I start? So I was thinking about this and I was realizing that there's an equivalent we can make between physically working out and making ourselves physically stronger. And there's also our spiritual muscle we need to improve, to work on, actually make stronger too. When you're working out, let's say you're physically working on making yourself stronger, you might start with a can. You're lifting a can because you can't lift anything really heavier than that. So you start with that. And then as you go, you build consistency, because consistency here is really the key term. If you don't do it all that often, that muscle isn't going to get stronger as fast as if you would do it all the time or every day or every other day. Some people have arm days and some people have leg days that they work on those particular muscles, every other day so they don't get too tired, but they're always working on some muscle. So you go from working out with a can to working out with, you see, I don't work out. This is just for example. This is a 5-pounder weight. You go from a can to a 5-pound weight. And then if you consistently keep working out, you have a 10-pound weight, for example only, and you continue working out and you get stronger and stronger in your body. Your body gets physically stronger. So it's the same thing with building your spiritual muscles. Consistency is the key. So, it's muscle memory, it's muscle building, it's spiritual muscles work the same way. So the same way you might go from a can to that 10-pound weight over there or more, 25 pounds, or who knows what you're lifting. The point is, the more you do it, the stronger you get, the easier it gets, you can do harder things, right? So the same way so the question is, what do you feel like taking on? I'm very into small increments because, believe it or not, even small things make a huge difference. If you move this can and you keep lifting this can long enough, it makes a difference. Even though you would say, it's only a can, it's only, 16 ounces. How much difference can it make? Well, you know what? You got to start somewhere, right? So what I was going to say is, choose something small that is doable for you. You know, a charity box, a tzedakah box is easy. It's an easy one. You put it in your kitchen, somewhere you're going to actually see it. And before breakfast, you take a coin, go to the bank, get a roll of coins, put it right next to the tzedakah box if you have to, and then you put one coin in the box every morning. Because it not only helps other people, it also builds your spiritual muscle of giving. Some people it's real easy to give tzedakah, and some of us it's a little harder. Especially if you feel like you're going through a hard time right now with groceries costing an arm and a leg, and it's harder sometimes to give tzedakah when you feel that you could use the tzedakah too. But you know, it's building that spiritual muscle of giving. You can also say Shema every day, at least once. You know, it's a mitzvah to recognize our Creator, who gives us free will to create ourselves as giving people and good people who are following mitzvot. Those mitzvot are our guide to knowing what we're supposed to be doing on this earth. You know, it's not a free-for-all. It's like there is a plan here. So it gives us a chance to recognize, even if you don't believe in God per se, there is a greater power here, and it's pretty clear to see. But we say, you know, Shema Yisrael. Usually we cover our eyes so we can focus. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. There is one God. That's it. Everything comes from God. So what I'll say is that when you can say that at least once a day, then you're focusing on something greater than yourself, and you can see that there's a plan coming from that Creator. Or you can pick lighting Shabbat candles on Friday night. That's a once a week mitzvah. You can only do it once a week. But there are time frames for that, and you can look that up on Chabad.org, CHABAD.org, on what city you live in and what time you're supposed to light them, because you can't do it after sunset because it's Shabbat already, so the idea is you light before that. So look that up, and then you can find out what time you're supposed to light. So the upshot is, whatever you choose is up to you, because you're an individual. You are special. You are different than every other person on this face of the earth. So you have to decide what part of yourself you want to work on. So it can be that charity aspect. It can be the prayer aspect, you know, talking to your Creator. By the way, you don't actually have to say prayers, the formal prayers in the Siddur. You can just talk. It's not like God doesn't understand English or French or German or whatever language you speak. I think we know that. But you want to speak from the heart. You want to say, thank you for what I have and what you've given me, my opportunities, and what are the things you need. You know, yes, God knows what you need, but He also wants you to articulate them in a way that makes sense, that it responds to what you are going through. He wants to hear your feelings and how it impacts you. Because a personal prayer is not a small thing. You can do it outdoors, you can do it indoors, you can do it wherever you feel you can best connect. So whether it is charity, whether it is prayer, whether it is the action of, you know what's cool about Shabbat candles? Shabbat candles, what you're doing is creating a space that's holy. We have our 6 days of the week, and we have Shabbat. And with the candles, you are creating a time frame, that next 25 hours that creates holiness. You are bringing out the holiness in that day. And that's very cool. So whatever you decide to do for yourself. Now, the next step is to make a chart. Keep track of what you're doing. Okay? Make a chart. I'm absolutely serious. And if you want to even use really cool stickers, I really recommend it. So I know, yes, we're all adults, but we all have a kid there who needs to be appreciated. So make yourself a chart, depending on what the mitzvah you're picking or the thing you're working on. Mark it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Don't mark it on Saturday, but I mean before or after. Anyway, and you check off the days you get it done, because when you put that little check there, it feels good. Believe it or not, it's the same concept as like liking something on Facebook. It gives you a little ding, ding feeling. So you want to do that for stuff that you're building. You're building that spiritual muscle. You want to get excited about building that spiritual muscle, and you want that consistency. But let's say you mess up because you're a human being. Because we all mess up. I hate to tell you. If you haven't figured it out by now. But the upshot isn't about messing up. It's about getting up and doing it again. Let's say, people go to the gym. They're consistent about it. But then they fall off. It's hard to get back, whatever. The point of the chart is to say, hey, I only managed to get it done last week twice. Maybe I can beat it with 3 times this week. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing. Oh, I didn't do it all 7 days. How did I mess that up? No, who cares? Move on. You do what you can do and build on it. So let's say the first week you take on whatever it is you're doing that's stuck a box, let's say. You only remember to do it Sunday. And you blow it the rest of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Don't do it on Shabbos, because that's not a mitzvah to get stuck on Shabbos. But the upshot is you blew it for most of the week. Oh, okay, it happens. You can't win them all. So what you do is you say to yourself, hey, I got it done Sunday last week. This is a new week. Let's do it again. And you try and say, okay, I'm going to do my best. And you only can do it 3 times that week. Is it an improvement? Yes, it's an improvement. And that's what you're going for. You're going for growth. You're not trying to drive yourself nuts. Judaism is not about driving yourself nuts, about all this stuff. There are a lot of mitzvot, but we don't take them on at the same time. Especially if you're new to it. You take it on little by little. You want to be successful. Build on your success, right? Be realistic. Judaism is a realistic religion, which is one of the things I love about it. And the point is, the more you do, the more consistent you get, your stronger your spiritual muscle gets. And that's what you're going for. But it takes time, it takes effort, it takes consistency, and you do the best you can. So every week you're looking to improve at least a tiny little bit. And that tiny little bit makes a difference. So you build on your successes. And eventually, when you feel that you're doing it consistently at 99 or 95% of the time, you've gotten that mitzvah down, pick another tiny little mitzvah to build on. Don't forget the last one, but you can always build. Pick up a new one that you said, I wasn't ready for the last time, but I thought maybe I'll give it a try this time. There's always a time to build on your successes. And that spiritual muscle gets stronger and stronger. That's just the way it is. The same way it works in the physical world, it works in the spiritual world. Why not? So that's what I want to say is you want to go into Rosh Hashanah feeling good, You want to know that you started the process. Things are improving. You are working on yourselves, because that's why we're here. We're here on earth to make ourselves better people and to create a world that God wants to be a part of. Make it a godly world, and God needs us. We're partners. And that's such a cool idea that I don't see anywhere else. We are partners with God. God created us, and we're here to help and be a part of that process. Not a small thing. But we need every single person. Every single person here listening is special in their own way. And it's not a joke. It's like, oh, you're so special. No, actually, we're all different. We all have different fingerprints. It's the same concept. I have a different fingerprint than the next person, or even on each different finger is different, which is insane. Because that's, if you think about it, every person's soul is like a fingerprint, completely different than the next person's. And every person's goals are going to be slightly different than the next person's. And every single person is special to God, period. Well, even if you accomplish nothing in this world, you're special, but you're here for a reason, and you have to figure out what that reason is. Unfortunately, when you pop out of your mom's body, no one sends instruction manual or what your purpose in life is. So that's on you to figure out. You have to build your own, goals in life and how you're going to get there. But we do have hints. We have a value system. We have a Torah system. We have a mitzvot system. And all those things go to help you out, figure out what your purpose in life is. You just have to take the time to actually work on it. So it's coming Rosh Hashanah. We're in Elul. Next month is Tishrei. And then we have Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, all that. So even if you don't start today, start thinking today about what you would like to take on for yourself to improve on for the coming year. And, think about it. Make a list. What do I want to work on? What is too big for me right now? What is small enough for me to take on and be successful? Because the goal is to be successful because you're building muscle. It's going to be a process. You're not going to go from the can to the 10-pound weight by tomorrow. You might hurt yourself. Anyway, hope I give you something to think about. Have a great day and start thinking. I have to start thinking myself. What are we taking on? Have a good day.